Hello, and welcome to our Arcurus Plays Mechwarrior 5 Mercenaries. Now, Mechwarrior 5 is the first Mechwarrior game that had been released since 2002, I think. It had been a while. I remember enjoying Mechwarrior 4. I believe the subtitle was Vengeance. I believe it also had like a Mercenaries mode DLC, but I never got that one. I remember enjoying Mechwarrior 4 quite a bit. That was actually my introduction to the Battletech universe. I've read a couple of the novels since then. I was really big into the Star Wars Expanded Universe. And when I saw there was an expanded universe for Mechwarrior, I started to get into that as well. And in fact, those two universes share, like, one of my favorite authors, Michael Stackpole. But apparently, like, he's regarded in the Mechwarriors, in the Battletech space, as being kind of a samey. Like, if you've read one of his books, you've read them all. But I really enjoyed his X-Wing series in Star Wars. Anyways, this game was developed and published by Piranha Bytes in 2019. There was actually kind of a big hullabaloo when it first came out, or when it was announced, because everyone assumed it was coming to Steam, and then about 6 months before they released the game, they announced Epic exclusivity. Now, I kind of don't believe this, but Wikipedia says that only 700 of the 20,000 pre-orders got a free refund for their Steam pre-orders. I think that number's higher than that. I was one of them. I think another one of my friends was another, because... Anyways, this is going to be a totally vanilla playthrough. There's no mods whatsoever. I've been away from the game for a while. I believe the first DLC, not the first DLC, the first story DLC, Legend of the Kestrel Lancers, had come out just before the last time I stopped playing, and I was playing it heavily with a lot of mods. So we're going to do this whole thing vanilla. I have all of the DLC available currently, up to Shadow of Kerensky, which had just released a couple weeks ago. So there's a whole bunch of fresh and new. Also, this isn't the first time I've tried to Let's Play this. I had recorded about 24 episodes of a Let's Play, and I had started uploading them, and then my computer crashed. My M.2 drive bricked. I had a Samsung M.2, and it was apparently a common issue with those if you didn't get the firmware update. Anyways, let's dive in. My plan is to do the main campaign as well as all the DLC campaigns as well, like in one career playthrough. So we'll see where that goes. So we're going to start a new campaign, and we're going to jump into it. I'm going to skip the tutorial. There's not a lot of story stuff in the tutorial, and I know how to play pretty well, so let's go.
In 2108, humanity began colonizing the stars. Their reach would eventually span a vast region of space known as the Inner Sphere. During its golden age, under the governance of the Star League, the Inner Sphere experienced unprecedented peace, prosperity, and technological advancement. But with a great rise comes a great fall. Beset by greed and mistrust, humanity splintered. The Star League crumbled. Technological advancement slowed. The great houses, each vying for supremacy, turned on one another, engaging in a series of conflicts known as the Succession Wars. Amidst this chaos, mercenaries became the proxy forces for the great houses. Numerous battlefields sprung up across the Inner Sphere, dominated by hulking war machines known as battle mechs. the year is now 3050, and these steel behemoths have become the tools of the mercenaries' trade. It's a lucrative time, yet one beset with perils of all kinds. Only the most skilled and brave among them will rise to become legend.
I'm at the rendezvous point, but our contact isn't here. You see anyone, son?
The salvage crates at the last checkpoint were empty. Something's up if they're missing payments.
This is Commander Mason of Major Campbell. Make a note. Looks like someone is gonna need a lesson in paying their bills on time.
That's odd. What the hell?
Commander Mason, I repeat, a massive invasion force is attacking the planet.
Acknowledged. I have a visual.
It's planet-wide, sir. We're evacuating.
We need to take what we have and go. The fastest way is across the swamp. Captain, where are you going?
It's possible they left the cash at the last checkpoint in the city. Let's get the money and run, Commander.
This is reckless. We need to get back to base.
They're distracted with the invasion. We'll be in and out before they know we're here.
Let's hope it's not us they're after. I don't like this, son. This is a ghost town.
We're close. I can smell the Z-builds.
There's nothing here.
Relax. We'll be out of here in no time.
We're being tagged! Look out! Incoming airstrike! Captain Mason, what's your status?
I'm fine, Commander. Left arm is offline is all.
That was close. Return to base now.
I am not leaving you behind.
We were set up, and you're in no shape to fight. Meet me at the extraction point with the Leopard. Go! Now, Captain!
Damn it. On the move.
Commander, an enemy dropship is approaching your position. Move, now.
I've got eyes on. Identified. Hunchback and King Crab. Damn it! Brianna, any idea what these guys want?
I picked up some chatter about coordinates of some kind. That mean anything to you?
Coordinates? No, Brianna. Promise me you won't leave without Jake. Promise me.
Commander, I promise. Captain Mason, what's your status?
I've got a bug on my tail. Get the bay doors open. Coming in hot.
Casualty count is rising rapidly. Hurry!
En route.
Commander Jake is on board. We're taking off.
We can't leave him here. We gotta get him support. Dad, we're coming.
Cavaliers need you. Ugh. I'm leaving you in command. You're going to do great things. I just know it. No!
I'm sorry, Captain. I have to get us out of here. Hold tight.
Commander, sorry to wake you, but our sitrep has changed. Head to the bridge as soon as possible.
Alright, well... I guess the game starts with what I call one of the cardinal sins of video gaming, which is, let's start with like 10 or 15 minutes of cutscenes. I guess if I had started the tutorial, I would have had a little bit of gameplay, but I also noticed that I had not turned... Where is it? I had not turned our subtitles on. Is it in sound? No. I could swear there were subtitles for this game. Okay, I guess not. So, and I would say that even though it's supposed to kind of be like an affecting cutscene, I don't think utilizing just the in-game or in-engine, you know, mechs with animations, which that's a lot better than what they did when they originally released the game. It was a completely different cutscene. And I think if they had interspersed it with something more personal, like a shot of the characters inside the mech cockpits, because when I think back to Mechwarrior 4's opening cutscene, that one is actually really affecting. It's telling the story about the fall of a noble house on a planet from the perspective of one of the guardians, or, you know, one of the guards, you know, in his Mechwarrior, and how they had all been betrayed, and how he was trying to buy time for this noble family to flee. And then afterwards, you know, you find out your main character is the only remaining son of that noble family. So you would see from the perspective of the mech pilots trying so hard to, you know, defend your loved ones. And that was back in the FMV era. You can find this one on YouTube. I highly recommend you watch the Mechwarrior 4 Vengeance opening cutscene. It's really good. Even though I think, you know, quality of acting and writing probably isn't what would be up to today's standards. But enough about that. Let's continue on.
Commander, good to see you all. We haven't really had a chance to speak since your father was killed. I'm not much for sentimentality, but I worked with your father for a long time. He was a good man. Hell, he sacrificed his life to save ours. I don't know what's going to happen next, but whatever it is, I'd like to be part of it. I'd like to stay on as your ops commander. That is, if you'll have me.
You kidding me? Your family, Rihanna. Or as close as I have now. Besides, I'm gonna need you.
Yes, I suspect you will. About our sitrep, it's not great news. Those bastards that came after us are in the process of setting up a blockade of the system. which means we're going to be trapped here with a tightening noose around our necks unless we do something about it.
Who are these guys?
Another mercenary outfit by the looks of it. I don't know more than that at the moment.
And these coordinates they were looking for?
Not a clue, but we're going to find out. First things first, we need transport out of the system. That means a jump ship. I sent out a transmission right after the attack through the HPG. The message was for a long-time client of your father's and an old friend of mine. Name is Spears. He has powerful connections. I'm hoping he can help us out. Until I hear back from him, there's nothing we can do except lay low. In the meantime, Fahad wants to see you down in the hangar. The Centurion needs repairs and he wants to discuss them with you. I'll let you know when I hear back from Spears.
Copy that.
Right. I really like this part of the game too, where we get to be in first person inside the Leopard dropship. So we can walk out here and we can see all the mechs we have in our, basically in, ready to go in our mech bay. We can also like sprint. So this game is done in the Unreal Engine, but it utilizes a lot of assets that were developed for the CryEngine. Because a lot of the mech models and stuff like that all come from Piranha Games. I want to call them Piranha Bytes. I don't know why. They come from Piranha Games' previous game, which was Mechwarrior Online, which is kind of like an MMO arena-based mech combat game. And they developed that on the CryEngine. Oh, another fact I found out today while I was perusing the wiki looking for facts to talk about in this game is that Piranha Games is also responsible for Duke Nukem Forever. Or part of it. They had some development hand in Duke Nukem Forever.
Hey mate, figured you'd want an update on the Centurion. Took a bloody beating back there, so fair warning. It's gonna be a while before she's operational again. Means you're gonna have to get comfortable with the light mech over in Bay 1 for now. She's a good girl. Won't let you down, you treat her right.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, heard that before. Anyways, you know the drill. Access the repair terminal here. Once you're done, I'll get started on the work, okay?
Alright, so there is another screen that we can do all of this from. It's, basically like a menu screen. But you can walk around the mech bay to get to the ship to get to like the different tabs on the menu screen, so to speak. So let's go here. I'll read out the tutorials and stuff so you guys have a better understanding of what it is I'm doing as I play the game. So there are two ways to repair all damaged armor, structure, weapons, and equipment on a mech. The first is with the repair mech button on the battle mech screen, and they're showing it. The second way is to click loadout. On the next screen, you can click on the repair all button and then start work. Both methods will ask you to confirm by starting work order. The C-bills will be immediately deducted from your funds, and work will finish when the appropriate amount of time has elapsed. Note that this method will repair any damaged weapons or equipment, but it will not remove or replace them if they're destroyed. Another thing is that if you go into your work queue and cancel that work, you will get all of your C-bills back. The only thing you'll lose is time, and seeing as I'm trying to do all the DLC campaigns, time is that's what we're gonna be short on. Alright, so here we are in our mech bay. It is one of the tabs across the top of the screen. We have our active hangar here, which is the mechs we can see in our hangar. And then we'll have available mechs. Over here, we have the work orders as well as cold storage. Now, the difference between cold storage and available mechs is that in cold storage, a mech has to be stripped of everything, all weapons and components and stuff like that, and then it's put in cold storage, but then you don't have to pay a monthly fee to be able to keep them. If a mech is ready to roll and it's in the available mechs to swap out, then it is going to, cost money for upkeep. So we're just going to go to our Centurion. We're just going to use the repair all button. It's going to repair all of our mechs. We'll talk about conflict zone penalties and stuff later. because I want to get to the game. So let's go to our javelin and just check our weapon groups. Yeah, that looks fine. And then I'm gonna have a third weapon group that's all 4 lasers. You know, for an alpha strike. So let's go ahead and return to the hangar. Now it wants us to speak to Rihanna.
Hey, Commander. I've received a transmission from Spears in response to my request for help. Take a listen.
Rihanna, I received your message. I'm sorry to hear about Nikolai. He was a good man, and an even better pilot. He'll be sorely missed. I assume his son will be taking over the operation. Nikolai was always bragging about the boy's skills. Well, I hope he was right. I've begun working on a plan to get you safe passage out of the system, but it's going to take a little time. I expect you already know by now that whoever attacked you has set up a blockade to prevent your escape. It's a large system, though, so we can use that to our advantage. As soon as you receive this, I want you to proceed to the outermost planet in the system. It's little more than a hunk of ice with a few leftover mining operations on it. There's an abandoned power station there. Now, I've got it on good authority that local raiders are using it as a secret cache for their ill-gotten goods. I know you can use supplies and materials for your repairs, and I expect you'll find what you need at that location. I've attached the exact coordinates to this message. Once I have a proper plan in place, I'll contact you again. For now, be safe.
All right. Time to suit up, Commander. I've already input the coordinates. All I need is for you to sign off and get us there.
Understood.
Alright. Let's hit the console. Alright, this is actually more the normal... yeah, this is more of the... the normal menu that we'll look at all the time. So, let's go ahead and view our transmissions. Okay, Commander, I'm going to drop us down well away from the target location, then let you do your thing. The target is an abandoned power plant. We know the raiders have been using the area as a secret cache for whatever goods they've managed to pilfer from the various mining outfits. So with a little luck, we'll be able to recover enough material to finish the repairs on the Leopard and Centurion. These raiders may be a band of thieves, but don't underestimate them. They'll be motivated to protect their loot. You can bet they'll be well armed. Stay on point and watch your 6, Commander. Good luck. Alright, and we picked up the contract. Before you accept a mission, you are given the opportunity to negotiate the contract. You begin every contract with a base number of negotiation points, based on your reputation of your mercenary company. The base payout is a fixed amount the contract will pay regardless if you succeed. The C-bill payout, which can be negotiated, is an additional amount paid if you complete the contract's objectives. The sum of the base payout and the C-bill payout is added together in the total potential payout below. Salvage shares are used after finishing a contract to claim mech, weapon, and equipment salvage from the battlefield. The more valuable the salvage, the more shares it will cost. Damage coverage is an insurance that only pays out to recover the repair cost of damage suffered during this particular contract. So that's extra money, but only equivalent to the cost of repairing your mechs. I believe it does not count the cost of equipment destroyed, though. Alright, smash and grab, payout 25, 250k, difficulty 5. I have it on good authority the local raiders are using the abandoned power station as a secret cache for their ill-gotten goods. I expect you to find what you need for your repairs, but don't count on them just letting you walk out of there without a fight. Alright, so we have 1 negotiation point. I'm going to go for C-bill payout. Because even if I take max salvage shares, if any mechs come up as salvage, I'm not going to be able to afford them. So we're going to work just full C-bill payout. Alright, this is our deployment screen. We have the amount of tonnage per mission, the difficulty, mission name. You can exceed the tonnage, but you start taking penalties on your rewards. And we can have up to 3 other mechs with us, but our Centurion's not ready and we don't have any other pilots. what's kind of interesting is that in the co-op multiplayer, when somebody joins your game, they basically become the player in this slot. They don't bring their own pilot. They impersonate the pilot here. So they get bonuses based on the pilot skills and that sort of thing. Alright, let's go ahead and start. Now it is possible to mess with the mechs in your mech bay. I usually get rid of jump jets on mechs. This mech has jump jets. But jump jets are required to complete, I believe, this mission. So if you take the jump jets off the javelin for this mission, you can soft lock yourself in the very beginning of the game.
Okay. The abandoned power station is located on the other side of the ridge. You should be able to make your way through the pass undetected. That javelin you're piloting is lightly armed, Commander. But what it lacks in firepower and armor, it makes up in speed and mobility. I'm sure you wish the Centurion was repaired and ready to go. For this particular mission, though, the Javelin is the mech best suited for the job. And hey, it has jump jets. They could come in handy.
Good try, Rihanna, but I'd still rather have the Centurion.
I agree with my character here.
Can't blame the girl for trying.
Okay,
The
so
power station being used by these raiders is derelict, Commander. But you can bet its perimeter defenses won't be. My guess, the raiders will have turrets stationed around the perimeter. If that's the case, it means they must have a generator close by. Find and destroy that generator before assaulting the plant, and you'll have a much easier time of it.
Got it. Thanks.
oh, he's too far out.
Target acquired.
So J. Edgar Hover. Okay, the range on these is only 270 meters, so I gotta get closer. Okay, I'm gonna have to adjust some controls here.
Heads up, Commander. I'm detecting enemy units up ahead. Could be a raider patrol.
Copy.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Yeah, I have to adjust controls. Okay. Options, gameplay, mech control mode. Enable mech throttle decay. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. Torso counter, rotation. Enable mini-map block north. Yes. Okay. We'll apply those changes. That way, if I let off the throttle, I won't keep going forward. I'll decay and stop. So, talking about controls. Mechs control like tanks. So these are technically tank controls, but not third-person tank controls, first-person tank controls. Where you have to treat where you're looking, like the turret on a tank, and your tracks, aka your feet, are moving in a different direction than you. So I can look this way and still be moving in a forwardly direction. If you look at the mini-map on the bottom of the screen, you can see there's a dotted line with an arrow. That's my direction of travel.
A large chunk of ice blocking the path down to the generator. Use your jump jets to get over it.
And then there's that cone. That's my cone of view. So yeah, this right here. Jump jet over it. Oh, yep, helicopter. Okay, so I destroyed the generator. Let's head out this way. And if Rihanna leaves me alone long enough, I'll kind of explain, in this universe, why battle mechs. Because if you think about it in our real, in our real combat, it's like, this would be a huge target. This would be superfluous. no one would use this. Like, walking tanks are fucking cool, but...
Okay, there's the geothermal power plants up ahead. There's a number of storage buildings in and around the plant itself. I suspect that's where they're storing their loot. Time to smash and grab, Commander. Once you locate a storage crate, mark it for pickup, then move on to the next building. From my initial scans of the site, I've marked where I think the crates could be located.
And by the way, the Jaeger hovers are actually hovercraft that use, like, our current day hovercraft tech. I think it's just that, like, their weight for size is not good. Destroy those.
The derelict plant has a network of backup generators running. Destroy them if you can.
I'm absolutely gonna destroy them.
Target destroyed.
Because, like, these are... Canonically, I think the tallest battle mech is, like, 18 or 19 meters. Which is equivalent to, like, 60 feet tall. They're approximately as tall as 3 or 4 story buildings. I don't like turrets existing. Can't really see these things through the fog. Okay, maybe get a little bit closer for that one.
Good work, Commander. That's the last of their power generators. Once you've found the targeted asset, move up to it, and we'll begin the recovery procedure.
So, like, an object that tall on the battlefield is just ridiculously stupid. Let's make sure we got both of our lasers on for that one. So that's a ridiculously easy target to hit. And with our current missile technology,
that should do it. Go ahead and meet me at the exfiltration point.
with, like, shape charges and stuff,
say a weapons depot or something, I won't object.
Understood.
there's just no amount of armor that can basically stop precision like munitions, like missiles and stuff. So these types of walking tanks are just complete fantasy. No military would ever use them. They'd get hit by javelins, by airborne stuff. I mean, that's kind of a problem in Battletech, but Battletech assumes a much smaller, or probably like a 1980s level of tech, but in the future. Okay, he's out of range. Let's see, is this what I need to destroy? Yeah. Let's destroy that weapons depot. Leave me alone. I'm destroying your things. Now, if an optional shows up for missions in this game, it usually means extra payout. And we like extra payout. After we get through the tutorial missions, I'll explain, like, why money is going to be important and why we're kind of on a time crunch. Oh, he actually got in there with me. Oh. Squishy. Now, I know there's one more guy out there. Oh, behind us. We're not going to worry about him. Uh-oh. There's a lot of them here. I took way too many laser blasts. I can't have you in my rear.
Target destroyed.
Let's see, one of my torsos is almost open on the front. That's okay, because we are done with this mission.
Nice work, Commander. We were able to recover the materials we needed from that raider cache, and Fahad has already started the repairs to the Leopard and Centurion. You've made him a very happy man, though I doubt he'll admit it.
Alright, we got a total of 600 C-bills. There's probably a bonus in there from the optional. Reputation is going to matter as far as how many negotiation points we get, as well as what types of missions we can take. Alright, here's the salvage screen. So, generally when it comes to salvage, I'm going to go by what I need and what's valuable. So, these tier 1 medium lasers, I do need those, they're the most valuable. I'm just going to take these other tier 0 medium lasers, and I'll explain tiers when I start messing with battle mechs, with loadouts. So this shows how our reputation changes. So bandits, they're going to hate us more. So if we try to take missions with bandits, we'll have less negotiation points. And as we have a higher standing with someone, we get more negotiation points. So you can actually, if you focus on one faction, you can get a lot of negotiation points and a lot of mission rewards. So that was about 38,000 in damage to our mech. Some of our skills leveled up. I will explain those when it comes to hiring pilots. Nice work, Commander. We were able to recover the materials we needed from that raider cache, and Fahad has already started the repairs to the Leopard and Centurion. You made him a very happy man, though I'll doubt he'll admit it. And while you were taking on the raiders, Spears contacted me. He has a plan in place to get us out of our current predicament. Head up to the bridge when you get a chance, and I'll fill you in. And for completing that transmission, we also got a 50,000 C-bill bonus. So, that's going to be it for this episode. For a bit, we're going to try to do 2 missions per episode, but in this beginning part, before it really opens up into the mercenary gameplay, we're just going to do 1 mission per episode. So, this is our Chris. I'll see you next time. Thank you, and signing off.